Hi everyone, my name's Donkey and today we're back doing another RTS video. So today we're going to be getting on to the unit selection a little bit more. Hopefully we'll finish it actually in this video if we crack on and do it. At the moment we've got the units at the bottom and it's instance IDs, so it's all a bit of a mess, but it is stored in a array, I think, or a grid or something. But at the moment, if we select it, the only thing that we get is here a little bit of output, and that's kind of it. I think that might just be where we're clicking as well. Yeah, that's just based on where we're clicking. But anyway, yeah, we've got our box, we've got our little bit here with our array. We're going to kind of piece those things together. So in the last video, I commented out these lines because they didn't actually do anything. So if we now were to run this, it would now not draw anything ever, which obviously is not very good for testing and stuff, but what we want to do is set draw to equal to true whenever we have got our thing over some units. So I believe we've got the script for this as well. Yeah, we've got script is between. Is there anything in it? Yep, there is. So we're going to be using that in a second. So just here, this is checking if the mouse is down. So here what we're going to say is if script is between, we have to pass in a few things. So basic unit dot x, start x, and mouse x. So just quickly, I'll just explain what is actually going on here. So script is in between, takes in an x, a, and b. So it checks whether x, our first one, so our object basic unit x, is between our start x and our mouse x. So basically is our x between in our rectangle area. And we also need another one for the y, which is almost identical. And this just checks that it's in range of the in range of the rectangle. So if it's in the middle of the rectangle, yeah, that's okay. Because this start x and mouse x is how we draw our rectangle, of course. So that's where it's coming from. And if this is the case, so if we have a unit, at least one, then we're going to set draw to equal to true. And we're going to show you the bug message as well, just to make sure this is working. We can get rid of this debug message as well, it's kind of useless and irrelevant now. Else draw to equals false, so if it's outside. And we should also put it in here as well. So now if we were to run this, the draw to is like a reset, by the way. If we were to now run this, it only kind of shows up when we're hovering over them. Of course, actually I've just realised we don't really want this one here, because when we let go we kind of want it to retain that information. So yep, there you go. If we've highlighted them like that, if we don't highlight them, nothing happens. If we do, then we get the list of them at the bottom. And you may be thinking, you know, this is great and all, but how is this going to kind of come in handy? Well, if I just quickly show you in the basic unit step event, or let's just do it here. If for every step, say, we take the instance ID, now I believe we've got a array for this units. I'm not entirely sure if that gets filled or not at any point. Oh no, it does. So in the step event, this is something that I think is quite amazing. If we do unit 0, presuming that unit 0 is not equal to 0, so if units is not equal, I don't know what we reset it to actually. Oops. As default, but Okay, let's just leave this as this. So units 0, we're always going to move our unit 0 to have an x coordinate of 100. And you might be thinking, you know, what is the point of this? I guess it might not work. If let's do this. This is just a little foolproof check to make sure that there is a unit 0, so to speak. So here we go. You see there? If we select it, our x coordinate of our, and of course this is glitchy because this is not meant to happen whatsoever, but you can see that the x coordinate of our very first unit has been constantly set to 100. Now this is interesting because if we select them, it might actually change which one, depending on what order we select. No, apparently not. But of course you can see the bonuses here, because the whole point of this was unit separation, unit selection, and that's kind of what we've done. Although it's not entirely working, what we could now do is, we'll just delete that for the time being. When we go to the basic unit, or is it the controller? When we go to the clicking on a tile sort of thing, we'd normally move it just by saying with object basic unit. Instead we can use something like this. Array length 1D. This is the same as what I wrote before, kind of. So just a simple for loop which iterates through the all the units. And now instead we can put units I. And you may be saying, you know, this is great and all, but what bonus does this have? Okay, I guess unless you select some, it kind of crashes. We'll work on that in the next video. For the moment, I just want to show you the purpose of this. So if we select these, and it should not do that. Oh, did we set it in here? Okay, so change it to object overlay. Object overlay dot units. This accesses the array, loops through the array, and then with each of those units will so you can see clicking, nothing's happening. If we select them, it'll move all of them. At the moment there's no real way of like dropping some of these off, which is a shame, but there we go, we can see we've added an extra one. So okay, we need to somewhere reset the thing by the looks of it. What if we just select this one? There's definitely work to be done, let's say. Yeah, we can work on that. But the idea is that we can select the units now and move them separately using this. I think the problem is it's never reset anywhere, so you know, you could, if you're clever, you could figure this out yourself. If not, we'll go over it in the next video. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long. Anyway, until then guys, that'll be it for this video. If you liked the video, remember to like, subscribe, or what do you guys want to do, and I'll talk to you in the next one.